Hello everyone and welcome to my look at the original Poltergeist. As I hear in all the ominous rendition of the Star Wars banner, every put show a nice Southern California. Steven Spielberg produced and co-wrote the film. Doobie not compared his work in Singers E.T., The Extraterrestrial, directing duties failed Tobe Hooper. While Hooper passed away earlier this year, along with the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, this film showed he has a knack for creating iconic films, and his direction complements the script perfectly. There was also a sense of atmosphere that makes things feel missing before the ghosts show up. Some of the set design choices heighten this feeling, such as white noise on the old TV and the rather edge-light design of the stairs. While Matthew F. Leonetti may not be your favorite cinematographer, his work in film is great portraying the world of his family slowly ascending to madness. It also a good sense of time in this film, given that his boy's bedroom is full of vintage Cypress and Star Wars merchandise. It's also kind of like this low detail of the ramps right next to the figure of Yoda. I don't know why, but I've kind of taken interest in interior design lately. Another part what makes this film so appealing to me is how, even though the terror is timeless, the only could have worked at the time this film came out in 1982. It's large reason why it didn't go to a 2015 remake. All horror works have benefit from an update, but this isn't one of them. No, the beauty of this film is the simplicity. The Freeling family during the weekend 4th of July subject to a series of haunted phenomena. Because of a young woman named Diane, played by Jo Beth Williams, the teenage daughter Dana, played by Dominique Dunn, a young man named Robbie, played by Oliver Robbins, the youngest daughter Carol Ann, played by the late Heather O'Rourke, and the patriarch Stephen, played by future Mr. Incredible Craig T. Nelson. It's not amusing given how that last character has the same name I do. Anyway, after some mishaps while a football game, burying a dead bird, we start seeing spooky images by a tree by his window, getting creeped out by his own clown doll. Interesting that creeps out since he has an alien poster on his wall. I saw both that film and this one when I was 8 and we'll talk more soon. Both in perspective of an 8-year-old and a 25-year-old. The first spirits come through on the TV and confronting Caroline gets me every time. They're here. The ceremony is a haunting, ranging from strange things on TV to white noise, strange moving around the kitchen, family beliefs, and later mess. The little touch in this movie definitely helped make one of my big Halloween traditions. When there's Robbie reading a Captain America comic or Wilhelm screen comic of a TV Western, I really enjoy seeing when I want to see a horror film make it out alive. It's a tricky thing, but it's still what makes it a great film. I just really like to see a storm in the sky, just the visuals being very elaborate at the time. Could tell us we influenced all the Netflix show Stranger Things I absolutely love. I could want to see more of it. That night, the tree outside tries to grab Robbie, and Carol Ann is drawn to parallel dimension as a tornado appears in the yard. Wow. Luckily, blown clear to Oz, all things considered. I mean, another sick touch is a laughing toy robot. Interesting that $10 million movie gets one of its first scares as a $10 toy robot. Even what happens later, sense of terror in the pool and Carol's ways to you very real. Yes, folks, there was a time when PG didn't just mean that pornography being suggested, but also highly recommended. So Stevens and Diane decided to consult a group of paranormal experts at university to keep track of the events in the kitchen. And they also see the phenomenon where they realize teacher of Poltergeist gives the experts more coffee and has turned Robbie's room into 7 Peter Gabriel music video. Gonna need more than a sledgehammer for this. They try to keep Caroline stable, and not only has Spielberg's Affinity for Spies film by his friend and colleague, apparently opposed in the same way as the MGM logo. The scene after that, with everyone talking about life and speaking stuff and doing other scenes, one of my favorite parts in hindsight. It's a fascinating concept that you're taking the atmosphere. Also, I know people will be on if I don't mention this, but Heather O'Rourke died of illness in 1988 at age 12. Because plot for one of these she's still alive much sadder. Still, as mentioned earlier, I do like her for man to be both a product of its time as well as having sort of timeless appeal. The steak moving across the counter is pretty creepy. I just enjoy seeing the old style bag of Cheetos when the scientist is eating. The steak and chicken wing then start eating themselves on the inside. Well, still trust that more than Golden Corral. It's also a very freaky scene that seems to manage ripping his face apart. And there's a good sign of practical makeup and effects held up amazing well even after 35 years. In the middle of the night, a poltergeist appears atop the stairs and a bunch of flashlights hides a bunch of winds. Much experience with this in Lost Ark, I think it's a fascinating effect given the budget and technical limits of the time. Stephen then finds out from his boss the plot was actually built on a form of graveyard, in spite of seeing his clumps otherwise. It was an ancient Bale going to come to play later. Now the movie starts to get even freakier as a calling senior expert. Her name is Tangina Behrens, played by Jada Rubinstein. This is where the film gets really good, and sequence also one of the most parody films you've ever seen. Everyone's done it. Family Guy, American Dad, South Park, I knew this all day. Still, Barron's presence gives her an aura that few have been able to replicate over the years. It's a key reason why the film has held up so well after 35 years, why 2015 movie was so quickly and quietly forgotten. It also turns out there's an entity known as the Beast and won't let Caroline leave. Helping Steve and Diane, Barron's either exposure to bring her back. So, Steven decides to resign from his company and move away from the community as he was helping develop, but night reveals the hauntings aren't finished yet. Earth, besides our home, reveals that human remains of natives and emerge of a swimming pool, leads to a mortal line, as Steven tells off his boss, which simply can't stop saying, "You son of a bitch! You left the bodies, you only moved the headstones!" We then close on the house imploding in the parallel dimension. Steven joins trying to hold that in, but not for wheeling the TV outside the room. I've seen this movie many times I was 8 and never get tired of that ending. While Hooper's role in making this film is point off that point contention, I submit with his passing, it makes a great part of his legacy. It's also an honorary Spielberg film in many ways, as well as a true definition of modern horror classic. It's also one of the most successful films of 1982, making $76 million in the US and over $121 million worldwide, and that's a $10 million budget. I'm very glad to have talked about this movie. I hope to share more with you soon. Finally, 4 out of 4. The next film reviews I have in mind will be written, recorded, and edited soon, though some of them probably be uploaded at later dates and going out of town soon. I'll have internet access while I'm staying, so don't worry about it. That'll be all for now. Bang.